Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. Today we'll take a close-up look at three awesome micro nines, and that's the Sig Sauer P365, this is the XL, the H&K CC9, this one's running a hollow sun EPS carry, and finally the FN Reflex. Again, three awesome micro nine options that are out there. I'm going to roll some range footage in just a second, and I'll come back into a side-by-side comparison, kind of high level, looking at the different options for each and what I like about one versus the other. Before I roll the range footage, I just want to kind of tell you what you're going to see. You'll see a friend of mine shooting each of these, one magazine full, and give me his initial thoughts on each of them. And then you'll see me kind of talk about, I didn't record myself shooting, but you'll see my results as I shot through them. I shot the FN first, the SIG second, and the CC9 last. With the dot, it's almost a cheat code, super easy to shoot these. The FN, you'll see that I shot very, very accurately. The SIG, with the middle shot that I took, I was all over the place. But after, I think the biggest thing that happens when you're trying to do these kind of comparisons is you're switching guns and they have way different triggers. And that was, I think, what happened here, because later on I shot just a bunch of SIG straight in a row, shot it fine. Shot the H&K, I think about 4 magazines straight through, shot just fine. And same with the FN. So, not to do a spoiler alert, but they're all really good guns, and if you shoot the one that you buy and just train with that one, you're going to be accurate. They were all 100% accurate, and they were all 100% reliable. Again, I've had the SIG the longest. I've been dying to get the HK. They're very hard to find, still are actually, and it performs flawlessly. The big wild card for me was the FN, and so and in the video you'll see that my buddy who shoots ranks them one way. I think it's 1, 2, 3 H&K, SIG, then FN. But the more we shot, the more this guy moved up, and the more this guy it's still good. But I think at the end of the day, he liked the H&K, the FN, and the SIG the best. I've been carrying the SIG the longest, and I've really enjoyed spending time with my H&K, but I have been very pleasantly surprised with the FN. Again, spoiler alert. I'll roll the range footage now, easy for me to say, and I'll come back and do a side-by-side comparison of these kind of guys here. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing.
All right, here's the 365 XL. Now you go to the next one.
Yeah, you come on, man.
Sorry. So you feel pretty good about this? We're about 7 yards away, a little further. Yeah.
I didn't. So you're gonna laugh. The best shot was the first one.
It always is. Always is for me. So did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I thought it was a good gun. I've shot this before.
Okay.
I think this is a solid unit.
Yep. Cool.
If I had to pick one, this would.
You haven't shot the others yet. Pick one. Smack it. All right, I think you should. All right, now we have an H&K CC9 with the red dot on there. So. That didn't seem to flip as much.
So, look at my target. It came out pretty good. The red dot is
Helps.
definitely easier.
Yeah.
And not as much flip. Very comfortable to shoot.
Good. All right. Now do the FN now. We got 12 rounds of the FN Reflex. Hammer fired. What'd you think?
More recoil. This is probably the most recoil of the
It looked like
three guns.
Yeah.
The trigger was good. I would need a little work on the sights.
Oh, you got tight groups. Yeah, just shot low.
Yeah, shoot's
super tight.
probably
That's probably your best groups.
Best group.
Yep. Yep.
So it shoots good. I found it a little hard to hold
Okay.
with my big fat hands.
Good to know. Let's see your grip. Let's see your grip. Yep. You barely got it. Yep.
I mean, I'm finding it to kind of almost slip
Yep.
off.
All right. All right, so first time ever shooting. My buddy shot the H&K CC9, the SIG 365, and the FN57. They're all my guns, not his. He's not tied to any of them. So what do you like? How do you rank them?
So I would rank the HK from an accuracy standpoint. I shot it the best with the
You have a dot.
with the
Cheat
dot.
code, yeah.
It shot well. The 365 shot similarly, very comfortable, really nice to shoot. The FN was the least accurate of mine and the most recoil,
Okay.
but it had the tightest group. I think the sight would need to be adjusted. Probably, honestly, might have had the best trigger. So
It's a hammer fire versus two strikers,
correct,
right? Yep,
correct.
interesting too.
So anyway, of the three, I probably shot the FN
Worst.
the HK the best, and the 365 this one right behind that.
So 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Okay, very cool. All right, so now this time it's me, just my shots. I don't record myself shooting. This is the FN, no dot. I'm really happy with those groups. A little bit of a flyer here. I was shooting about 7 yards. Feel real good with the FN. The SIG, I sucked, and that's the one I've carried the most. I was shooting low initially. I had to get my sights lined up. I kind of like lollipop it to get closer. So not happy with my SIG results. Very surprised with my FN results. And my H&K, it had a dot, so it's really not a fair comparison. These are just flyers. That's all on me. This is the last one I shot. I was shooting fast, getting lazy. When you have the dot on, super easy to shoot. I would definitely rank the HK and the FN as the best two shooters for me.
Okay, here we go. Side-by-side comparison of the SIG 365. This is the XL versus the FN Reflex. This is the standard Reflex. They also make an XL, which is pretty much the same size as this. And finally, the H&K CC9, which comes pretty much in one size, and this is it. You can get it with or without an optic. This came without an optic, but I did put a Holosun EPS carry on there. So I won't go into full detail of every single thing because there's too many guns. But in general, these are all awesome choices for micro 9s, appendix carry inside the waistband. And SIG kind of set the stage there early on by making a somewhat high capacity firearm that's only 1 inch wide, which is kind of the gold standard now for all micro 9s concealed carry. These are all 1 inch wide. I think the H&K actually registers as a .99. So this one looks chubbier online, but they're all right at 1 inch wide, which is the secret sauce for carrying comfortably concealed. Now, again, the SIG was first with a 365. It had a shorter barrel and shorter grip and only held 10 rounds. Now they have more versions that have fingers and toes and cousins. So there's a lot of different options for the 365. Again, mine is the XL, which has a longer grip, holds 12 rounds, and a longer slide. They make shorter slide, longer grips, shorter grips, longer slides, and all the things in between, even metal frames. So tons of options for the SIG 365. Again, this is the XL. Lengthwise, it's probably the least comfortable to carry because it is a little bit longer than all the others. You can see it here next to the FN. Again, the 365 itself is fine. The XL is longer, better sight radius, easier to shoot. A little bit less comfortable to carry if you're on long drives or anything because it may dig into your leg a bit more. But again, this is the gold standard for starting off the Micro 9 trend. And again, a high capacity. I'll go ahead and hit capacity while we're here now. The regular 365, I believe, held 10 rounds. The XL here holds 12 rounds. And it comes with two 12-round magazines, flat base plate on the bottom. The H&K actually comes with two base plates as well. It comes with a flat base plate without the pinky extender, which is not shootable for me. That holds 10 rounds. And it comes with a pinky extender version here that holds 12 rounds. I prefer the pinky extender version as I need that for the full grip. And you do have a bit of a curve out here to help with recoil. So capacity-wise, they both hold 12. This one just needs the pinky extender where this one was a flat base plate. And coming in last in the capacity department by one is the FN Reflex, which comes with two magazines. It comes with a 11-rounder and 11-rounder that has a small pinky extender there that you can barely get your hands on, but you can. And it also comes with an extended 17-round, 15 or 17, I just forgot, but a with a larger capacity, longer magazine. So it does come with more holding capacity with the longer magazine, but it's not as easy to conceal. I believe the XL specs are very similar to the SIG specs if you were to get the XL to XL version. So as I'm looking at these, again, another thing that is important to me, and it makes a difference how I carry it, is I prefer to have a manual safety if possible if I'm carrying appendix. H&K doesn't have one. It's got the amazing, ever popular safety dingus on here, and being H&K, I have pretty much full confidence that it will not go off unless I pull the trigger. I don't think it's possible to get anything in the holster while this thing is being carried appendix, but I do still worry about it, and I wish I had a manual safety, so I actually carry this one on my side. I'd rather shoot my hip than my toes. So that's the one thing. I do like the manual safety options for both the FN and the SIG. Really prefer those. I've talked about capacity. I've talked about width. They're all the same width. Lengthwise, again, these two guys are pretty much the exact same size. And by the way, these are all optics ready, which is awesome. The other thing I want to talk about is, again, they're both, all the widths are the same, but I want to talk about the grip. And the SIG, again, is the gold standard for the OG of the Micro 9 category, and it does feel fantastic. There's not a lot going on here. A little bit of undercut there, nice oversized trigger guard. You have great texturing, it's just right. This thing does feel good in your hand. So grip is really good here, and they do make multiple grips. There's different companies who make tons of different grips for the 365. I believe the most popular firearm in America today. So the 365 feels good, as does the FN. It doesn't look like a lot. It's got pretty much a straight back here, small bit of undercut here, not a whole lot. Different grip textures on here. It's not quite as long as the SIG, but oddly enough, it still feels really good in my hands. But the one that feels the best in my hands overall is the SIG. The H&K, so sorry, H&K. It's the H&K. And this one does come with adjustable back straps, as well as finger grooves up front, pinky extender there, and some really nice texturing. So if you talk about something that feels good, the Germans have really figured out the ergonomics, although this is made in South Carolina. And this one, to me, feels the best in my hands. Again, I would highly recommend going to your local gun store or hanging out with a buddy who's got lots of guns, holding them all and shoot them all if you can, because again, I think if you pick any single one and train with it, you will be totally fine because they're all totally accurate and totally reliable. And the last thing I want to kind of touch on is the trigger. And I'll show clear real quick. Take out the SIG, nothing there. Again, the H&K and the SIG are all striker fired. And the FN is actually an internal hammer fired option. So I won't take it apart here. I'll link to another video I've done in the past on these. But if I look at the SIG does not have a safety dingus on here. And I know SIG is controversial for the triggers right now, but the trigger is actually quite good. I can rack the slide. The striker's pre-cocked for the most part. Trigger comes back and breaks it. Oh, safety's on. Safety worked. Trigger breaks at 90 degrees. Do that again. You can see some take up here, and trigger a little bit pull, take up 90 degrees. Looking at the reset, kind of long, and you're pretty much at the wall though. You can see where you are there, and it breaks at 90 degrees. So good trigger. Again, shoot it and you'll be fine. Just keep practicing with it. On the H&K, again, you have the safety dingus you have to defeat here. So that's one thing to worry about, or not worry about. But on this one, you have there's quite a bit of take up there, and there's pretty much no creep. You're at the wall instantly, and it goes bang. Let's look at that one more time. So, double take up, and there you go, bang. It's a really nice, clean, crisp trigger. There's the reset. Small bit of take up, and it goes bang. Again, one more time, reset. Small bit of take up, not very much, and it goes bang. So, nice trigger there as well. And finally, the hammer fire trigger. And as I dry fire these around the house, this one doesn't feel the best, but oddly enough, again, I've carried the SIG the longest, and I love this gun. I've been so excited to get the H&K with the dot on there, and it has been flawless and super accurate. But this is the gun that keeps surprising me the most. I'll take the safety off now. It has a hammer-fired gun. We'll show the trigger. It's going to be nothing special, but you can see you have kind of a hinge trigger there. But you have some take-up, and you go spring. Let's get it one more time. So there's your take-up, and boom. Looking at the reset, pretty darn long. That's a pretty long reset. And a little bit of creep, and you go bang again. One more time. Pretty long reset. Small bit of take up, and it goes boom. So dry firing these, this one looks to be the worst trigger, but oddly enough, when shooting, that one for me shoots as good as any of these, even the H&K with the dot. So I don't have ranked them 1, 2, 3. They're all good. This has been my Mr. Reliable forever. This is my sexy new one that I'm excited about and has not let me down yet. And this guy's the guy that keeps surprising me. I would highly suggest, if you're in the market, hold them all in your hands, see which ones feel the best. It'll be this one. See how the triggers feel. If you can get a chance to shoot them, see if you shoot one better than the others. Right now, I'm shooting this one better than this guy. Then I will shoot this guy next with the dot. But again, if I only shoot one for more than 2 magazines, they're all equally accurate. So I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have all 3 or have experience with one or the other, good or bad, I would love for you to sound off in the comments. And as always, I appreciate you watching. If you haven't yet, please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks again. One thing I forgot to add before I end the video, and again, thanks for watching this late. I want to talk about one thing I like about each versus the others, and one thing maybe I don't like as much. And I'll start with the SIG. I think one thing that I don't like as much is that, at least on the model I have here, if you put an optic on, you lose your rear sight. The newer models may not do that, but the one I have here does do that. So that's one thing I wish that it did have. And if I think about things I think I just like how consistent this gun has been. It's been my longest concealed carry gun, and I like the fact that it comes with a manual safety, and this has been the most consistent gun I have. Looking at the H&K, my favorite thing, there's lots of things I love about it, but the big thing is it's 100% ambidextrous. Slide stop on both sides here, as well as mag release on both sides. And if I think about something maybe I didn't like, and this is a common thing amongst all the H&K purists who refuse to buy this, because it doesn't have H&K's signature, totally awesome paddle release magazines. It does have a 100% fully ambi, not reversible mag release, so love, love, love that. But I wish that it had the paddle releases, because those are pretty darn epic. And if I think about the FN, the thing I like the most is that just how much of a surprise this gun was to shoot. It is absolutely a fantastic shooter, which I'm excited about. And if there's one thing I wish it had that it doesn't, is more ambi features. I like to have the ambi mag release as well as the ambi slide stop on this guy. You can see this guy and the H&K both do let you keep your rear sight if you put an optic on. The SIG did not. So again, that could be specific to just the XL. If you have one of the other 48 new models of XL of 365 SIG launched, you may get to keep it. Let me know in the comments. Again, thanks for watching.